Hello everyone, it is I, Multi126789, and welcome to my impressions of ARMS. But yeah, hey everyone, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to give my impressions on the ARMS Global Test Punch. I would like to call it the ARMS Global Fighting Scene, or training match. I don't know why they call it test punch. It doesn't have the same ring as like Global Test Fire for Splatoon. But in any case, getting off topic. Yes, ARMS, a game that everybody is either up happy about or up in arms about. But definitely it's a game that I think the populace is gonna like. That's out of the gate. I'm already saying it. People are gonna like it. If you're a casual player of video games, then you like motion controls, or you just like using button controls, I feel like this is the most accessible fighting game that there's been in a while. Okay, maybe no. I would have to say it's on par with Smash Bros. I would have to say it's on par with Smash 4. To be honest, you only have to worry about like 2 buttons. 3 if you really want to, and just moving your character. Why do I say you only have to worry about 3 buttons? Because the main thing about ARMS is that you don't have to be always up close and personal. You don't have to have combo strings. A lot of the stage and just the game modes in general are quite easy to pick up on after you play them for a few matches. But basically, all in all, it's a fun experience. I personally was playing it during, I believe, this past weekend, and I'm probably going to play it again this weekend being the last weekend of the Test Fire, just so you get reference of when I'm recording this. But I've been playing. A lot of it has been off camera because I found that I like playing it in the regular, just holding it with the controller, or the whole Nintendo Switch, and I'm just like, wow, this game is super fun. And I did play with motion controls throughout this stuff that you're gonna see on the footage that I'm putting on in the background too. But interestingly enough, I found it was easier to use just the buttons than the controller. But also because I wasn't standing up and actually playing the game like it was supposed to be advertised, which I probably was handicapping myself. But there was a lot of things to remember while doing like the holding both Joy-Cons and using motion controls. Such as, I keep forgetting which button is my jump and which button is my dash, and guarding and then throwing punches and throwing grabs was a little bit tougher because I was just like, I'm multi-managing all of these things, but at the same time I can't really remember and take time to think and breathe about it, because it's all happening at the same time. But regardless, depending on however you decide to use your play styles, I feel like you're gonna go far. So for the modes that we played, there were several different ones, but they were pretty all similar. You had the typical battle, which had 1v1s all the way to 4-player free-for-all. And there was 3-player free-for-all, but that's kind of like really. 3-player is bad just because if people don't pay attention to one of the players, they always get an upper hand. It's really bad. Especially if you didn't know how to learn how to lock on the target. Because, I'll be honest, I didn't read the tips and stuff until after the first Test Fire. And I'm like, oh, this would have been good to know beforehand. But oh well, it's okay. It's not like, you know, the loading screen for the Test Fire, or that, you know, are that slow to begin with, so I can read them. And I think one of the biggest problems that a lot of people are going to have with ARMS is that is there enough to have a competitive scene in this game? And if you've seen most of the bigger YouTubers, in fact, a lot of them are, I think it's quite enjoyable, and we're already seeing the developments made in the community for ARMS that we're gonna have people throwing hands and arms at each other. It's already quite interesting. Everybody's already choosing their characters. I've already chose mine, if you can't tell from the footage. Felix is my boy. Me and him are both crazy. And we're both pretty hard to get a handle of. So that's why he's my boy. Also, Ice Dragon. Ice! Ice. Oh, the ice. Charging ice anything. Ice and electricity. If you're gonna go for any of the things that are in this game, I feel like ice and electricity are ridiculous in this game. But anyways, back on topic. So there's, again, we played through several game modes because of the way that the test punch was structured, where it had, you know, stuff that you could try. So there was volleyball, there was 2v2 matches where you had 2 players fighting 2 other players, and then like the 1v1, the 3v3, and the 4v4, and I think that was about it. And you had the 3 stages, which was the first regular arena. Oh wow. And the Ninja School grounds and the testing labs for the stage, and of course the volleyball stage, but that's and also that was 2v2 as well. But overall, also playing the game, there was rarely a time, even when playing the test fire, where the connection failed. Though it took a little while to get into a match, because it was party mode as a thing, where it pretty much gives you people and they determine it with randomly generated stuff. And that's why it took so long to get all these matches going. I mean, it wasn't longer than like a minute wait, which is fine, because you still have the testing thing to do, and you can still change your characters and stuff inside the lobby. Luckily, they learned from Mario Kart 8 and from the Wii U, and you can actually do that without having to back out completely and go back in, so that's good. That's a thumbs up in my book. But I'm interested to see what they're gonna do more with like the arm selections, because I'm guessing that how the arms are gonna work in the full release is that you're gonna have 3 sets. So whatever you decide to have for your main set for your character, that's what you're always gonna have during like online battles and all your other modes. Like you're gonna have 3 sets of items that you can use, and once you start getting more arms and that stuff, that's stuff. But no, all in all, right now, I'm very excited to see what ARMS has in store for us. Again, we didn't get to try any other modes other than the party match thing, where you pretty much have random groups of people in the same lobby and you can fight them and get money that way. And it seems like getting money is going to be fairly simple to get arms in this game, just because you could play like, I could play like several, we played like several matches during one global test fire, so you play like for an hour, and I think you can rack up about 100 pretty quickly if you're winning most of your matches, but I mean, you will still end up with about 20 minimum if you play for an hour, and end up with like, I think a maximum of like, I would like to say, if you won like 20 of your matches, you would end up with like 60 tokens, or whatever they're called, for the currency. I'm trying to think what else I want to talk about. Other than the fact that I think the character selection is pretty good, and then there's obviously some characters that are clearly better matches for others. I feel like I haven't tried the Mummy Dude yet, but I think he's gonna be pretty OD, just because the fact that he can grab people for 200 damage, that's the strongest grab in the game, and considering that he can also not flinch from getting hit from arms, and then attack them with his heavy arms, and then having a freeze or lightning property with him, and be able to regenerate health, will be ridiculous. Even though he only regenerates 10 health per second he grabs, and he can't really dodge out of the way of grabs that quickly because he's heavy, I still think he's gonna be good just for the fact that if you can out-prioritize somebody's arms, you can just punish them really hard. But again, I'm pretty sure he takes the same amount of hits as every other character, and if not, he still has the problem of taking more chip damage just because he doesn't flinch. Because the one thing of getting knocked down in this game is that you do have a chance to recover, even though specials can pretty much cover every one of your bases if you're recovering off the ground if you get knocked down, which you'll probably see a few examples during this, but like, there was a few instances where it's like, yep, you're not getting away, I'm gonna make sure you can't do anything. Because you don't have like roll invincibility getting up like you would in like Smash Brothers. You pretty much as soon as you start moving after the fact, you're pretty much locked into either getting hit or you should be defending. Which in this game, defending is both a blessing and a curse because again, charging up your punches to get elemental abilities is really good. In my personal opinion, like I was exclaiming before, freeze and the electric abilities are really good. The only reason I put freeze over electric is not because of the fact that, you know, it's just slowing down the opponent, but the slow is so good because you can make it last you can change it pretty easily, because by the time somebody gets out of the freeze, it takes about 2 seconds. And by the time that happens, you can charge up another attack and lock them into another freeze. And also, they won't be able to use dash attacks, and they won't be able to grab. So they pretty much get soft locked into a situation where you can either chain them, or you can just set them up for a grab. Though I don't think there was any weapons that had the stun ability in this global test fire. Explosion, again, it's a mixture of... Basically, explosion is a glorified fire, and what that does, which is pretty much just knock you back and you take a little bit more damage. It's fine. Fire is also fine. I mean, if you're trying to play the long-range games like Fire Dragons, you can pretty much wall people up by having Fire Dragons so you keep them at bay. But I don't think any of the characters had fire. Unless Min Fire Dragons did, which maybe she did, but I only used a few characters, and then I stuck with Helix because I like also the ink. Because I think an Ink Dragon, if there's an arm like that, I'm going to be abusing that. Because, oh good, that ink actually is better than the one on Mario Kart. It actually prevents you from seeing people, especially Helix, when he can duck and make himself shrink and then do another attack. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for him evading. So I think like his blob arm, or whatever it was called, I think it was the blob arm, because it gives ink on this thing. But anyways, I think that's pretty good. And the Guardian Shields, oh, those are good too. Especially because they have electric properties, so you can stun an opponent and then go right in to a grab. And then that can just reset them and just keep doing that. Because it's considered I think it's considered a large arm, a large or mid arm, but it just defends attacks for like 3 attacks and then it just retracts. So unless you want to launch it by using the same attack button again, you can pretty much block 3 attacks for free and get out of the way and get yourself in a better position. It's so good because then people are pressured to move, which then you can use your other arm to attack them. It's fun. I think Helix's set, his beginning set, is really fun and really fun to use as a amateur of arms. It only plays test ones like 3 times. For Min Min, also I tried Min Min a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen gameplay of Min Min and her Megaton and her Dragon, and I'm like, yeah, her set is pretty good too. She has Electric Megaton, which also overpowers any weaker arms, and her Chakra also catches people if they're trying to side dash or sidestep most of the attacks. And again, the Dragon is okay. Dragon is okay, considering that as soon as they get too close to you, you're still going to have that problem of you got to back up or you're going to get smacked up, because I tried using dragons, Helix's dragons during the volleyball. It's very hard unless you're trying to do grab technique. You can't use the lasers. It's impossible. I'm trying to remember who else I used. I used to use Spring Go for a little bit, and the Slappermanders I think are okay. Unless they have elemental boosts to them, I don't think they're super good. I mean, it's good for catching people off guard, considering how fast they move and how how big the hitbox is for it. Because the hitbox is actually pretty deceiving. Because I fought a few ribbon girls, not in this recording that you're seeing, but you know, during matches, and their range is kind of ridiculous when you're not expecting it, especially when they curve the attacks. But in all honesty, all in all, I'm excited. I am very excited to have this game in my hands this June. I forget when they said that it was gonna come out. I forget if it's around E3 or after. But I can't wait to get my hands on it. I can't wait to play it because that's gonna be my new fighting game of choice. Because I find it really fun. Even though during the test fire I didn't record my voice, I was having a lot of fun. Even though I was getting bodied a lot of the time, but I could realize why I'm getting bodied. But yeah, pretty much it's the same formula of like rock, paper, scissors. Grab beats guard, guard beats regular attack, and also grabs can get beaten out by getting attacked. Well, I guess it's kind of a triangle. Because I mean, there's the four main mechanics of the game is punching, grabbing, guarding, and also dodging. Dodging is your probably go-to for the whole game, and that's like the middle of the spectrum. Because I mean, grabs can beat out guards, guards beat out regular attacks, the regular attacks beat out grabs, and then dodging is the middle of the three, the middle of the triangle. Because if you dodge, you can mostly evade attacks and don't have to worry. But if you get caught off guard, then you can get bodied by attacks or grabs. And really, if somebody's guarding, you're just pretty much getting in an advantageous position for getting attacked or, you know, getting grabbed. So it's, again, the wild card is dashing, because as long as you know how to use your character's movements and their special abilities with their movements, that's why I'm interested, and that's why I was kind of hoping that Kid Cobra was going to be in the test fire, because his stuff looks pretty, like, if people abuse dashing, like, there's no, I feel like there's going to be a lot of problems with, like, Kid Cobra, because Helix is already a problem, because he can shrink himself when he's dashing, and you can hold that, so people's arms miss more often when you're moving towards them. And you can hold your jump, so pretty much you can be in the air, so when they try to attack you in the air, then you can go into a dash, and then shrink again. It's like, oh good, I hope you're not aiming upwards, stuff like that. Though I haven't mastered Helix enough to be able to dodge somebody's super. Not yet. If I was good enough, I would, but I am not. Also, I don't know if you noticed this whole time, but when I have random pauses, that's because I'm cooking. You can probably hear the bacon in the background. I've been cooking bacon and an egg. I'm sorry. I was hungry, but I also wanted to do the voiceover for this because this game is really fun. If there's any game that I want you guys to buy multiplayer for the Switch, it would probably be this one, because you can have fun with a lot of people, and you don't... The good thing is that you can play with the controller. It's fun, you can play with the two Joy-Cons. I don't know how comfortable that is. I'll probably try that during the next upcoming... I'll probably try it during the next upcoming test fire, test punch, whatever you want to call it. But, like, I'm excited for this game. If it can be told, everybody in the Nintendo community is very excited for this game to come out and are ready to lay some hands on some. I can only expect what the Grand Prix and some of the other modes are going to be like. Again, ranked mode is just, hey, if you want to take this game seriously or be pro at it, you can totally just go online and just play that forever. And considering that the Nintendo Wi-Fi stuff, actually, of this date of June the 2nd, Nintendo has extended the free period of their internet services till next year, which is 2018, which everybody's very confused about and worried about. But for me, that means that I just don't have to I don't have to pay for a subscription until next year, which is around the time where I would have to pay for my PlayStation. Actually, that's kind of bad, but that's in any case, I can't do much about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a great game. Recommend you, if you can, buy the game. is this is going to be up later before this next update test fire, so I can't really recommend you playing test fire because it's already passed. But if you have some extra money to spare from the Nintendo stuff, I would say go ahead and buy this game. It's going to be it's a positive game. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And next time, hopefully we'll be either playing ARMS, we'll be playing Mario Kart, or playing some Uncharted. But anyways, I've been Multi12679. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll catch you lovely cows next time. Ciao, ciao. Until then.